Did you ever really try to protect something? How'd that go for you? We're going to think about that today on Now at Devotions from Trinity, Lutheran, and Cyrus. So, as you all know, I grew up around here, and I'm taking a walk over in Morris down the road from Cyrus a little ways, and it's funny, there's little places in Morris that I remember as a kid, and maybe you have this with your hometown or with places you've lived over the years, and you become very partial to them, you care about them. The other day, here in Morris, there's been a bit of a stink about a park project, and everybody's weighing in on Facebook and the newspaper and all this stuff. There's lots of disagreement. And I think it probably mostly comes down to protecting something that you care about. In our Bible verse today, we are in the book of Luke. We're in chapter 4. Jesus comes back from the wilderness. He goes back to Nazareth, his hometown. He shows up, he teaches and says, hey, this has been fulfilled in your presence. And they go, wait, aren't you Joseph's son? Hold on a second. And then there's this whole interesting conversation this week. And the people come off looking not so good, but I want to think about the people's motivations, and I want to think about Jesus' response to them. I used to bike up and down this alley as a kid. I would get on my little BMX and bike in from Lake Crystal side of town and always take this alley back here. And I don't know, it's sort of like a secret road to me, And I still like to walk over here. I like being over in this part of town. It reminds me of my childhood. It's funny. This building back here, the old Coke building, used to be the bus garage, went up for sale a while ago. And because I had fond memories, I entertained ideas of like, well, maybe I'd buy that building. What would I do with that? I don't need a big utility building. I can't, what am I, start a business? I don't know. But I had all these different ideas in my head about who should buy it, and what they should do with it or what they shouldn't do with it. And would that be right or wrong? And was it going to wreck this thing I cared about? It's a dusty alley in a lot that has had 2 garages on it for 50 years. What do I care? Further, my idea of keeping it the way that it was is not actually good for anything. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't further anything. It doesn't benefit creation. It doesn't benefit people. It doesn't benefit the community. It's just, I like it this way. And anyway, enough of self-confession. Jesus talks to the people. He says, as he essentially says to them the following. He says, first off, I don't need to prove myself to you. Second, if the fact that you want me to prove myself to you shows that you've missed the point of God, that you want special treatment. You are angling for me to give you all a leg up. Now, remember, Nazareth is a small town in the hills of Galilee. I mean, the whole Capernaum area, Galilee, all that area, these aren't big earners. They're not powerful. They're just small towns who could use a leg up in competition. And these people go to the son of this town whom they know and who they also know has been doing some pretty crazy stuff and God is with. And they clearly believe that. They want to protect what's theirs. Jesus, give us a leg up. Hey, give us a blessing. Prove that you are who you say you are and help us out. That's not a bad instinct. Jesus' response to them is essentially, God shows no partiality. My job is bigger than helping you to get ahead in this life. And that's hard. It's just hard. And they're mad. They're real mad. They'd pick him up to throw him off the cliff mad. But to understand that anger, I wonder if it helps to think about it in the context of protecting what you love. And if you think in this life that all there is this, and that you somehow are the only one who can save it, you act really differently. You get real concerned about some garage by an alley. You write angry letters about a park project. You do all kinds of things to protect that which you care about. And that's understandable. But as Christians, we ought to remember this isn't all there is. And the things that last aren't just this, which means both that we should be taking care of things for the future for others, yes, but also remembering that not our way, but God's way. And that's a different way of doing life, and it's more complicated. It means having mercy sometimes when maybe we don't want to have mercy. It means letting something go for the sake of relationship instead of getting what you want for the sake of safety. It's not so simple. How about you this week? Is there anything you've ever tried to protect? How does it go? Why did you want to protect it? Was it for the sake of getting ahead in this life, or was it for the sake of for what God would have you do? All good questions. No clear answers. I'm Pastor Chris, taking a walk today. Signing off for now. Bye-bye.